right, so where are we going?
Okay, so we are, like, literally, or do you want me to?
Well, both. I don't have directions, but we also need to explain it to the
all right, so turn right and then go to Whipple and turn left. So we are going to visit a World War II veteran right now. His name is Bob, and he was with the Air Corps during World War II. He flew many missions in the Pacific Theater of World War II. So he flew a lot over, I believe, Okinawa, and he even flew over Nagasaki, stuff like that. So for the last couple months, I have been conducting interviews with World War II veterans, and just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And I started an Instagram page called Memoirs of World War II, where I basically interview the veterans and kind of get their story, get their perspective on the war, and just kind of life in general during the 1940s.
So this is something that you kind of started doing kind of just like a personal passion project for yourself.
Right.
But with your Instagram, and now you have a Facebook too, you're starting to share these stories with everybody, so everybody can share them. Yeah,
I found out that as I started doing it, that there's a lot of people that were actually really interested in everything, and it wasn't just me that wanted to hear these stories. You know, I think we all, for the most part, most people have a pretty firm grasp on World War II and the events that happened, being that it's a huge part of our history. But to hear it from someone who was actually there is a completely different story altogether. And even the same stories or the same events that you've heard about a million times, it's just shed in a completely different light when you hear about it from the person that was there. And everybody has their own, personal experiences that happen as well. So yeah, on Instagram it's memoirs_of_WWII, and then I have a page on Facebook too, Memoirs of World War II. You can check it out.
I'm just along for the ride.
I like your hat. We were just at MAPS the other day.
Oh, were you?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You know that plane on the entrance?
Yeah.
That's my plane.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's got my name on it, or the markings I had on during World War II. There's an old picture.
Yeah. Oh wow. Wow. So Bob, what's the significance of the name of your plane?
My wife's name.
That was your wife's name.
Yeah. The plane was first of all marked Jean Ann, but then when I lost that plane, I went to Jean Ann too.
How did you lose the first one?
Crazy wingman. We had to fly, I think it was 4 hours a month to get flight pay.
Yeah.
And the fellows would move from squadron up to group, and they couldn't get as much flying time as we were getting, so they'd come down once a month to get 4 hours and to get flight pay. And this fellow came down in our morning session, said he was flying with me, and I said, okay. That's about the only words I said to him. And we were up over Formosa Bay, and I have no idea why he ran into my tail and cut it off, and he never got out of the plane. It just went into the water. I was able to deploy my chute and get down, so I couldn't talk to him as to why he, ran over me.
Yeah.
So, what?
So he hit you from behind on your tail section?
Well, I always use my 4 fingers. You'd have 2 planes, or you'd have 4 planes. You had a leader, a wingman, a follower, and his wingman. And if you take those 4, and if you put another 4 or another, every move was documented, so that if you're number 20, you know where you're flying. So why he ran over me, I'll never know, but that's when I had to bail out.
Let's see. Find a
Then I was
picture.
in the water for 2 days, waiting for she rescue to pick me up.
2 days?
Yeah. Well, I was in a life raft.
Okay, right.
Well, then one morning, the only B-17s I ever saw in the Pacific were going overhead. We carried a mirror with us, and you could signal with the mirror, and then an hour later, the PBM came in and picked me up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're out there for 2 days total, huh?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Well, especially where you don't know what's going to happen next,
Yeah. So here's an article about you. That's you there at the bottom.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I did
And that's
see
when
that
they were
thing.
installing. Is that a P-51?
Yeah, that's a
Is that the-
P-51.
So that's at the front entrance of the Maps Museum.
Yeah.
And they were honoring you that day by
Right.
installing that plane there.
The plane has all my markings on it. See, everything on the plane, from the nose to the tail, told you who you were flying with. Our squadron had a white spinner, a white stripe across the tail, and our sister squadron were yellow. And then as we went into other outfits, you could tell who you were flying with. So,
Right.
Which model Mustang is that? Which model Mustang did you fly?
flew the D.
P-51D.
Yeah.
What was it like flying a Mustang? Did you fly a lot of other planes?
I started out over there with the P-40.
Okay.
And the Mustang was just that much faster, more maneuverable, and had a longer range, and we could carry more bombs. So it was just that much better all the way around. So that
Which one did you like better?
51.
You liked 51 better?
The 40 was a lot slower, and we did a lot more dirty work with the P-40. I'm talking about flying in to do a bombing run early in the morning, and we were just almost flying right over enemy low and slow. Whereas with the 51, you could drop your bombs a little bit further back because they had the speed of the plane, and
Yeah.
they'd go out further. So the 51 took us away from the enemy a little bit more than the 40 did. So, and that was true of all the planes, like the 38. They could turn a lot faster than we could because they could reverse those engines and have one pulling them around for them, things like that. So with well, then the Corsair was over there. That's a plane that was built here in Canton with those inverted gull wings. If they got up and stalled out, they wouldn't come down as fast as we did. They could climb and hold it. But I thought with the wings they could be able to turn better. But we could turn with them. I appreciate you folks coming in.
Thanks,
Hey,
Bob.
well, thanks for having us.
We appreciate you and your service.
Yeah.
Well,
It's awesome.
I sit here all day watching television, or maybe the phone will ring, but so I talk too much, but it feels good.
No,
That's
yeah,
right.
Good.
that's why we're here. We want to hear.
We'll have to come back sometime.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here all day.
Thank you, sir. We really
No,
appreciate
thank you
it,
for
Bob. Thanks so
stopping
much,
in.
Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Great pleasure meeting you.
Yes, indeed.
All right, thanks
Good
again.
to see you
I'll see you
again.
soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell your family we said hello.
Okay, I will do that.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Have a good
Take care,
day.
Bob.
I couldn't believe it. He was so nonchalant about just like, well, yeah, my wingman just ran into the back of me and took
Yeah.
the whole back of my plane off.
Right.
Never know.
And I went down in the ocean and I made it out of my plane, but you know, he didn't. That's,
Yeah, there's everybody's a little bit different. There's some guys like that who can just talk about it real nonchalant and
Yeah.
no big deal, and then they go into a lighthearted story immediately after that, and they're laughing.
Yeah.
But then there's some guys who, when they share something like that, they'll get teary-eyed, or
Yeah.
they'll even just like kind of stop, and you can tell that they're really thinking. It can actually probably go this way, be faster.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're just really thinking about the weight of
what happened.
how that experience was.
I think Bob said it best there at the end. He said that, you know, if you know somebody who experienced this, go out and ask them about their story, because everybody fought in the same war, but what Bob said is everybody has their own story
Yeah.
about
Perspective of it.
Yeah, there's so many different perspectives, and
Right.
it is pretty crazy.
Jump down
Are we filming? Are we live?
We're always live, man.
All right. So
Camera sees all.
we got this random box. Nobody knows what's in it.
It's not that random.
That's
It's got a
actually-
giant logo
you're right.
on it.
It's from Puget Systems. Okay, or cut away from you, but not towards me. I feel good about it. Do you know what's in there?
Puget. There's a Puget system in here.
You know, is it the Puget sound?
I think it's Puget.
Puget sound?
It's Puget.
Puget. It's French.
Alright,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay, give that back to Chad.
Unpacking your system. Look at that.
Boom.
1, cut the tape on the top of the box and open the flaps. 2, flip the box over gently. Oh, jeez.
What are you guys thinking? Oh my god.
Just flip over gently.
It says flip over the box gently, making sure flaps are facing out.
Probably hold
Lift
on
the
to
box.
it.
Probably.
Use common sense.
That's a
and,
good idea.
You know, general.
Sorry, guys.
Remove the foam. We already removed the foam. We don't have to worry about that. Didn't come with okay. Ah! Oh, that's what
Let's
this
be a little bit more careful.
So this is how they tell you to do it.
Don't do it. Somebody else do it.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's like the worst unboxing ever. What are you doing?
Stop it, Stefan.
Oh, it even has FliteTest on the side. Look at this.
Really?
Yeah, come here. It's etched on. You can let it down. It has little nubbles. Look at that. Boom!
Ooh.
Boom! What's
That's
up,
cool.
dude?
Yeah, the guys at Puget Systems were kind enough. They reached out to Austin originally, and then I was kind of working back and forth with John Bach, and
John Blow.
basically was working together with me to see what our workflow is to hopefully upgrade our systems. Primarily use Macs here at FliteTest, but the guys build custom PCs, so they built us a custom PC. It's crazy decked out. It's got a X99 motherboard. It's got a 8-core Intel processor. It's got 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a GTX 1070 and a bunch of other goodness in here. Sweet custom logo on the front.
Yeah, that's the coolest part.
All right, we're gonna go check out this this new editing machine that we got. New computer.
Well, who's it made by?
Puget.
Puget.
So we have the Puget Systems custom FliteTest editing machine.
Look at that guy.
So basically, Puget System reached out to us and asked if they wanted, or if we wanted them to make a custom workstation designed specifically for our workflow. So obviously we said yes. In exchange, we wanted to give them a shout out on the vlog. So basically what Puget Systems does, they don't make like gaming machines or anything like that. They make specifically designed computers for custom workflows. So they took what we do with our FliteTest episodes and they made a machine that's perfectly designed to do so. And from what I understand, Christian, it works pretty well.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I've been working on it about 2 weeks now. I would finally go set up. I got this sweet monitor, got sweet speakers. Did some tests. Typically we do, if you're familiar with FliteTest at all, we do build videos every now and then, and those are an hour plus long, and they take typically anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to render. On this machine, it takes less than an hour.
So that's like double.
Yeah, for our DJI Mavic review video, if you guys seen that, we shot that and edited it in 4K. And if you've ever done any video where 4K is pretty intense, so what I did was to, when we rendered that out, it took about 3 hours to render out, and it wasn't even that great of quality, unfortunately, just because we were on a time crunch. So I re-rendered it on here just because I was curious to see how long it'd take. It took about 30 minutes to render that whole video.
30 minutes?
4 hours to 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so the way they set it up, they designed it, I worked with them for my workflow. I told them what we kind of do, what kind of footage we work with. We do a lot of multicam stuff, which is where we're editing 3 to 4 camera sequence at one time. Typically on our old iMac Pros, it worked okay. It would stutter. It would kind of get really frustrating and make it really difficult to edit sometimes. On this machine, I just edited a video the other day, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks. It had like 9 cameras, no issue whatsoever editing the multicam.
So that's pretty cool. We just wanted to give Puget Systems a quick shout out for you guys. A lot of you guys out there are filmmakers. A lot of you guys use computer graphics or 3D rendering. If you haven't heard of Puget Systems, make sure you check them out. They do all kinds of custom work, and maybe they could be of value to you or maybe your company or somebody you know. So thank you, Puget Systems. So yeah, and also you guys can thank Puget Systems too, because many of good FliteTest videos are going to come from this machine right here.
Not that one.
And Christian McLean and
Maybe something like that.
and his weird
Something like
trackball mouse and his weird keyboard. I can't deal with that stuff, man. Can't deal with that.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah, my
That's a
thumb
wrap.
would fall off using that thing.